Hi guys, so I'm back, Tablante here, and as part of the Geekology series of cosplay shoots, I am sharing how we worked on various cosplay shoots that we did in the past. So we've already done the Batgirl process, the Riku process, and for the third video nito, I'm showing you guys an old, well not exactly old, it's maybe a year old shot of Jinri cosplaying as Psylocke, and this is the second version of Psylocke, and I will show you guys later how we picked the shots, got the materials, got the backgrounds, and worked with a collaboration of CG artists to bring it to life. So thank you guys for watching and staying on this video. Medyo mahaba yung naging intro ko kanina. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the selection process or my slides on how we pulled off the image. I have my usual PowerPoint slide. So if you know by now, let's go mo yung t-shirt ko. Medyo bumabagsak. Yan, Blue Bomber. Ay, sorry, Epal. As you could see, I always come up with a PowerPoint presentation for all of the cosplay shoots. So at least in this cosplay shoot, this is a complete shoot. I would say it's from pre-production or idea generation up until the post-production part. And this is one of the few shoots na nagawa namin where we actually pulled off two key visuals. Key visuals, by the way, tag below, key visual is the term used in ad agencies when they're about to describe the base layout from a print ad or a design or a poster where all the rest of the images or the adaptations will be coming from. So, key visual kasi doon magsa-start lahat ng elements, i-resize lang or remove yung elements, ganon. So, I picked up the term as well. So, key visual na rin ang tawag ko sa kanya. Okay, so here we are, Psylocke. Diba? Iba yung design ni Psylocke dito. It's a full body suit. Yon. So this design was created by Chris Anka, who I had the privilege of meeting in San Diego Comic-Con this year, 2018 pa. Okay, so when I did this video, it was still 2018. I met him at San Diego Comic-Con. We both paneled for cosplay. This cosplay panel that Pat Loica arranged. Yay, Pat! Thank you! Ayun, so we were there, we explained our process of, ideation, how he did his designs, and eventually how it was born into a cosplay shoot. Ayun, so if you guys segue pala, if you want to see that video, you could scroll down somewhere sa not so regular vlog ko and check out the day nang we gave that panel. Alright, so here we go. So this is Chris Anka's design. As you can see, it's a full tactical bodysuit, body hugger pa rin, so it gives Psylocke her sexy figure. Yeah. So bottom of foot pa nga may design siya, so interesting yan, no? So let's see, it's bottom of foot. Okay, moving. As you could see, I had some notes kay Badge, the costume designer for this one, kasi the build is very similar to, balik tayo sa aking yan. It was similar to the Phoenix costumes. Yeah, Phoenix costumes kasi it's a full body suit. What is crucial here are the sewing lines to give a pattern to give the same pattern as the illustration. Kasi if you notice, may mga tactical looking pattern siya dito and over there. So I guess it's a combination of piping at a special stitch. I'm not too sure what it's called. That will give us that parang embossed feeling in between each panel of clothing. Okay, now I did some slight modifications sa design ni Chris dito. Very slight lang, like this one, instead of an open skin, ginawa lang namin light gray yung section. Tapos the sash is thinner and longer. Okay, medyo purplish yung itsura ng sash na to. And I suggested using neoprene. Neoprene is the same fabric na ginagamit sa wetsuits. And why neoprene? Because it has a luster effect and it's stretchy. Okay, now neoprene is not the cheapest of fabrics, so but it's worth it. I like it. Now this is another Psylocke rendition artwork made by Minkyu Jung. Okay, so he picked up Chris Anka's design and created this artwork, this amazing artwork. And when I was researching on the new Psylocke, costume, this is the shot I wanted to be inspired. Oh, shot tuloy. Illustration to be inspired from. Okay, so of course I picked out Jinri for this one because she's, you know, my Psylocke na for a previous occasion, for one of the first Psylockes I ever did. Ayun, this is the look and feel. So may sentinel hand na nagaganap dyan, a flying sash, and her psi powers are transferred into the spear. Okay, so let's move. For the CG, you know, I don't have access to a Marvel Legends Sentinel toy that has this kind of detail sa kamay. It could have been the same hand as the Hot Toys Psylocke. I think it was Hot Toys. Yun. Nakapatong din. Then again, kasi shooting a miniature required a totally different set of thought around it. So I opted to go for the CG route so that I can add more details as I need to. Okay. So the guys who did the CG work is 429 Studios. Props to 429 Studios. Hi Volty, shout out to you guys. Yon. So ang inspiration ko to add detail into the hand will be yung makinarya ng how the turbines look like, you know, the complications and designs of a wind turbine or a jet engine, just to get inspired out of that. All right, next image is, okay, now here's how illustrations can actually cheat body figure. Now the thing is, if I come back to the image here, if you notice, Psylocke's back is curved here, it flows to here, and then her butt also sticks out. But in human form, ang hirap gawin nun. I mean, it's like you're S-ing yourself like several times. You're curving your back because you have this staff or this spear on your shoulder, but you're also bringing the butt out. So you can only curve once or yan. So, ginagawa ko. Pangit sa akin, I'm sure, but I'm sure, you know, it looked good on Jinri. Okay, sige, move forward na. So, out of the shoot that I did, it was image 159. That was the base for the top part, which is here. So, I had her pose na medyo curved yung shoulders niya just to get the staff properly posed. And then, image 95 is the base image for the waist below. So you have that hip and butt coming out, okay, matched with the shoulder here. So what do we get is a combination. Tada! Sige, papakita ko sa inyo. Gagalaw natin. Ito. See, this is where I did my joiner. Okay? Now, this is the rough composition of both images. May notes din ako kay Gani who worked on this also. If you find better combinations, you are free to use them. Okay? So, of course, the costume naman din isn't perfect. Depending sa movement kasi niya. It works on certain poses, but here lumalabas yung seams nung gloves at saka nung wrist, skin sa wrist. So I told Gani, cover it up. Ayun. And of course, Jinri cosplaying for me several times before. So this was her as Sailor Mars. And of course, it was also Gani who worked on this. So at least may idea na siya on how to work on the hair. And Psylocke's hair is very flowy, very sexy, and it's long. Okay? So, yan. And then move forward. Yan. Replace the gray cloth areas with luster white. A luster white texture, something very similar to the pegs on this one. Yan, there. Okay? So, as for the other parts naman, as you could see, nag-shoot din ako ng materials na shots. So, you could see the sash being thrown out by the great Mang Romy. Yun, ang aking super assistant si Mang Romy at saka si Dodong. And ginawa namin, we did a letter Z on the sash like that. By holding by tying certain points and just to give it shape. Ito naman, pinapalipad namin. We were tying the sash on a stick and then we ginagano namin siya. Okay, so it's interesting to see that. Now, as for the background, okay, it's I guess I was just lucky that I was able to travel a little bit in the States a few years back. So in 2011 was my first trip to New York Comic Con, and it was my first international con, to be exact. I was there for a week, and then I was supposed to be coming home na agad after that, but my good friend and high school batchmate called me up and said, "Chong, I'm getting married in California in Death Valley. Can you shoot my wedding? How much will you charge me?" And I told him, "Wag na. Libre mo na lang ako sa Disneyland." So lo and behold, I got to stay in Disneyland for 3 days. Okay. Ayun, but bottom line, they got hitched in Death Valley. So, you know, I took the chance to shoot awesome landscapes. Ang ganda. Mainit. I mean, you know, given talaga disyerto siya. Good luck to us. We shot this in fall so October. It wasn't that hot. Alright, pero trust me, ang init pa rin yung tanghaling tapat. So, we did the prenup shoot around, tapos each time in between takes, I would take the chance to shoot landscapes, anti-landscapes, kasi you'll never know when you get to use desert shots, or dune shots, or whatever. Up until now, yung shots ko ng Death Valley na yan, as you could see, 7 years old na, but very, very, very useful in a lot of background shots. So guys, isa ding tip, if you get to go to some remote place, it's worth the investment to remote like desierto or exotic place. Save up the money to travel, shoot the hell away out of it, and if you're a cosplay photographer like me who relies on background shots like these, they will be very valuable for you in the long run. Sobra. Okay? Now, so ang process namin ngayon is after ma-merge ni Gani, aking digital imager, ma-merge niya yung two sides or two parts ni Jinri doon, ibabato niya sa CG team ko sa 49 Studios Calavolti for him to add the spear, tip, and the staff. Alright? But I digress. So ito naman ang shot or yung composed image nila Volti with the background that I shot. So this is a rough composition of the sentinel hand with the background. Okay? So, yan na yung merged body. Okay? And yun. So, with that, we were piecing things together as yung fire sa tip ng spear, the spear tip mismo, the sentinel hand, and a couple of other materials. Okay, so this is our base shot, or base composed image. Tapos yung staff na to actually was I actually have a Joe, Joe. Okay, back in the day when I tried some other martial art, but prior to jiu-jitsu, so I tried that, so I kept it, so I had that Joe with me, and voila, that's the final output nito. So as you could see, we shot the katana on several locations. I had material shots of a katana also. Humiram-hiram ka lang, shoot ng materials, keep it in storage. Yan na. And of course, sila Volti provided the spear tip, and the flames to be connected there. Okay? The dust parts and all si Gani na rin naglagay from other material shots namin. And of course the background. Yan. Tapos ito na yung long luscious hair. Diba? So, there's another KV or another key visual we worked on this, but I will jump ahead and open up the Photoshop document for you guys to see. So ayan, alright. So here I am, I'm back. I got out of PowerPoint already, and we opened up in Photoshop. Ayan. So this is the main file. Etong file na to actually medyo compressed na because Gani was just sending this to me via WeTransfer, yung mga big file transfers, and he didn't want to bog things down by literally saving one element to one layer. Yung mga ibang parts minerge na niya together that can still work in terms of you still need to do some last minute editing or dagdag sa kanya. This is how many layers now, so I just couldn't remember how many he worked on. Ayan, up until the background. Okay, so yan, as we could see, he separated things into groups. So, good on Gani. He is meticulous enough to save them into groups para hindi ka mahihilo working as such. As you can see, may nagbabago na color grading on that part. So, let's turn that off and see mga parts on how he worked on the HDR effects. Very subtle lang. Imagine mo, on this layer, yan lang yung ginagalaw niya. Hindi ko lang ginagalaw nun. See? Ayan, for that layer, it's just this. Yung nakita sa ilalim no, yung mga sparks sa ilalim ng spear. Galing, no? Mga sparks pa. Kasi you'll never know when you need to move the sparks around. Yan. See, more sparks. Oh, spark. Transformers yun. Yan, ito yung sash naman. So, as you notice, yung sash layers, hinahati-hati din niya. So that he knows when to put the HDR effect, when to sharpen it, and when to blur it. Okay? Yun. Ayan, same thing with the sentinel hand. So, binermerge din niya o biniblend din niya yan. One of the techniques we use to blend together CG and a background is to blur, of course, ito sa corners. Sa mga corners na yan, you can see may mga blurring effects na nagaganap sa dulo. And at the same time, we also add smoke to camouflage. It becomes the third overlying effect so that hindi masyado matigas yung edges ng CG when you're blending it. So that's a good, I guess that's a tip we could share. Use smoke, because smoke will always be an awesome element to any cosplay shoot. Superheroes need smoke. Prior to opening the final image of the first KV of Psylocke, I thought of opening up this. This is the study or the version of 49 Studios Sentinel hand. So simply lang naman, there. Alright, just two layers. So it was Volty and Sandy who worked on this. As you can see, ito. Yan. Awesome detail, no? Though the thing is with CG kasi, unless you really put up so much time rendering it, CG tends to look stiff. So that's why at the end of the day, Gani will always smoothen out some parts here and merge some parts there, blur some here, just to make it look more organic in feel. Like I said, these are the few times na nakapag dalawang KVs kami. So like I said, we're already here. So might as well do two shots, two KVs. So this is the second KV. As you can see, this is a horizontal layout of the shot or Jinri. So like I said, there are similar elements na I'm just telling our post-production guy Gani to replicate, like the hair again. And this is a shot naman, the background shot, I took it in Japan when I was hiking with the wife. So between Kyoto and Tokyo is known as the Nakasendo Highway. It's a medieval highway. It's a postal with postal towns, meaning back in the day, a lot of daimyo and travelers between Tokyo and Kyoto will use this footpath. But of course, modernization came in and all that. So all the other highways got modernized, either became highways or Shinkansen lines. But the Japanese government preserved one of the highways called Nakasendo. And believe it or not, pagpasok mo sa kanya when you walk in some of the postal towns, para siyang set ng Samurai X. It was really cool. Rumi Kenshin siya all over again. The architecture was preserved. Super ganda. So if you're going to Japan and you want to try something else, get out of Tokyo, Nakasendo Highway. I digress. Balik tayo sa project. Okay. So again, this is the background, the bamboo background. Naisip ko agad si Psylocke, ninja assassin and all that. So bamboo background. And this is a rough composite of what I did. So kinwrap out ko lang si Jinri in the lamest way that I can in my limited Photoshop skills. Ganyan siya. And I used the same base material for the sash. So I had several shots of that sash material and connected it around. Okay? So dito naman, sabi ko magdagdag na side blade effect on the katana. Tapos yung sash material naman, if you notice, I was shooting it on a perspective. The sash was going towards the camera. So at least merong parang 3D-ish, like more dynamic feel to it by having the sash coming towards you. Okay? Yun. So ito lang yung challenge dito. Some shadowing on Jinri's face and body to match the light coming through the bamboo. Yun ang medyo naging challenge kasi iba yung ilaw ng shoot na to kay Jinri versus yung ilaw sa background. So how do you reconcile? There are ways of doing that in Photoshop, but of course producing the right material is as crucial. You know, garbage in, garbage out. So kung maganda yung materialis mo, maganda rin yung pag-blending niya. Yun. So but you can't help to compromise at certain times kasi naka naman maghintay ako sa bamboo na yun for the right light, right? So this was a way back to walk between the towns. Ayun. So of course, lagyan ng mist and fog to do some more blending in front in this area. Tapos remove skin by merging the glove and that, dagdagan na lang. And then of course, like the first KV note ko, going pearly gray texture, pearly whites. Okay? For the next part naman, so what do we do with the suit? Kasi the suit is not that skin tight. Alright, kasi of course it's a costume, no matter how skin tight, will always have some loose parts. Unless you're really doing a Marvel MCU movie na talagang wow, skin tight siya. Which I recently learned pala when they were doing Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman was 3D scanned for his shape and for his body. So kuha-kuha yung measurements niya down to the millimeter, I guess, to create a skin tight suit. But anyway, we're shooting cosplay. We're just shooting things for fun. So there. So ang notes ko ngayon kay Gani, give more shape to the chest area because it's pressing against her chest. So walang hulma o walang shape siya. So place shadowing underneath the bust line over here also. Next part, this was one version already that Gani turned over, but I wasn't that satisfied with how the side blade effect looked like kasi it was just a simple curve. So change the shape of the side effect on her face. It's very similar to the first Psylocke shoot that I did with Jinri years ago, super years ago. Oh my god, this is like, I guess 2009? Wow. Or is it? Maybe. Yeah. So si Gani din yung gumawa ng post-production nun. So I liked how the butterfly effect was on her face. So I wanted to replicate that and put it over. Ito, gawin ko siya. Yan. I want to get this effect to that area. Okay? So this was the Psylocke shot that I did with her years ago. We brought this to San Diego Comic Con in 2013 and lined up for Jim Lee. It's kind of weird, right? The publisher of DC, tapos naglabas ako na Marvel print, but I don't really give a crap. It's Jim Lee, and he was my comic book superhero, and he did the awesome designs with the X-Men back then when his stint sa Marvel. So for the second KV naman of Psylocke, Jinri Psylocke, I'll show you how the Photoshop file looks like. Ayan, so I wanna geek out on this a little bit, yo. Okay, as you could see, Gani compressed it into two simple folders, but when you expand it, good luck to us. So tingnan natin kung ano yung mga nakatagong layers dito. You know, yung mga subtle effects na nawawala when you knock things out, you know. So may mga techniques din yung mga digital imagers natin na tawag nila hinahaguran. So you pass something like a pang-blur dyan o pandagdag na mist effect dyan, hinahagod lang, very light strokes on the using your trusty Wacom pen. You know, it's simple, very subtle lang. You don't need to compress so many elements. It's important na hiwalayin mo sila layer per layer yung effect na gusto mo. That's why nagbo-bloat ang isang PSD file to something that's big, okay, because of those layer per layer things. But wag mo na tipirin in a sense kasi it gives you all the versatility to work on these images if you're the digital imager. Okay? It's no joke working on some of these cosplay images. It gets pretty deep and pretty complicated. So makikita mo siya, ayoko nang himayin pa kung ano pa yung mga ibang elements. Oh, here you go. Yan. Santos kinakapa ko na rin based on each one of thumbnails. So, bamboo blurs and all that. Sa foreground. Galing. Some elements there. Just to give it more, a nice perspective of looking through the bamboo, so to speak. Yan. So this is my rough composite of Jinri's horizontal Psylocke shot and final output care of our post-production guy Gani. Okay, so of course at the end of every PowerPoint presentation or deck, I will always have additional character references just to give the idea for the people involved or the team involved kung ano yung magiging itsura ng shots or to be inspired by the character. Okay, so yun, that's how we came up with Jinri's X4 Psylocke.